Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Annie's Review Time, and today you're not going to see my face in this one because, I don't know, I just wanted to try it like this, and my camera needed to be charged, and I needed a video to put out, so this is just going to be a voiceover video, and today we are going to be talking about Lea Michele. If you don't know who Lea Michele is, she played, well, you probably know who she is because she's been the topic of some controversy lately. However, she played Rachel Berry on Glee. And so recently, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, it might have been 3 weeks ago. However, recently, Lea Michele posted about George Floyd's death and pretty much said Black Lives Matter. And so Samantha Ware said, remember when you told everyone that if you had the opportunity, you would have pooped in my wig. And that she'll never forget all of the other microaggressions, I think she said. So that caused it caused a stir because a lot of people grew up watching Glee. It was a very popular show. So that definitely kind of blew up. And so, she issued an apology, because one of her sponsors, HelloFresh, dropped her because they're like, we don't support racists, so they dropped her. And so she issued an apology. So I'm going to read that. And it says, one of the most important lessons of the last few weeks is that we need to take the time to listen and learn about other people's perspectives and any role we have played or anything we can do to help address the injustices that they face. When I tweeted the other day, it was meant to be a show of support for our friends and neighbors and communities of color during this really difficult time. But the responses I received to what I posted have made me also focus specifically on how my own behavior towards fellow cast members was, and this is a key part of this apology, perceived by them. She continues that by saying, while I don't remember ever making this specific statement, and I have never judged others by their background or color of their skin, that's not really the point. What matters is that I have clearly acted in ways which hurt other people, whether it was my privileged position and perspective that caused me to be, once again, perceived as insensitive or inappropriate at times, or whether it was just my immaturity and me just being unnecessarily difficult. I apologize for my behavior and for any pain which I have caused. We can all grow and change, and I have definitely used these past several months to reflect on my own shortcomings. The last paragraph says, I am a couple of months from becoming a mother, and I know I need to keep working to better myself and take responsibility for my actions so that I can be a real role model for my child and so I can pass along my lessons and mistakes so that they can learn from me. I listen to these criticisms and I am learning, and while I am very sorry, I will be better in the future from this experience. So, when she wrote that, people were not pleased. Nobody was happy. I haven't heard anything positive about this. And, I haven't heard anything positive about the quote-unquote apology, because if you haven't noticed, I kept putting emphasis on the word perceived or perceive, and the dictionary definition from Oxford's dictionary of perceived is 1. Become aware or conscious of something, come to realize or understand, and 2, which is the one used in this sense, is interpret or look on someone or something in a particular way, regard as. So then, when they use, because you know how in the dictionary they give you like examples of how to use these words, and so the example they give is, if Guy does not perceive himself as disabled, nobody else should. That's the example. Pretty much saying if you don't see yourself as something, nobody else should. That's pretty much what that example meant. So what Lea Michele means when she's saying I'm sorry what she's pretty much saying is I'm sorry these people see me this way. Not that she actually did it. If Lea Michele truly wanted to make a good apology, first of all, do not go on notes. Don't go on notes. Only idiots go on notes to write on Instagram. Ridiculous. Why would you go on notes when you can and first of all, all this drama and all this happened on Twitter. So why is she doing this on Instagram? First of all. Second of all, why are you on notes? Why can't you just write an actual apology on Twitter? Or just do a black screen and write on the screen. I'm tired of seeing notes. I'm tired. 3-paragraph note. And if she truly wanted to make this a good apology, all that she should have said, this is one sentence from the second paragraph, and it's like the second to last sentence, and it says, it's the second half of the second to last sentence, and it says, I apologize for my behavior and for any pain which I have caused. That should have been it. Or and if you wanted to add a little bit more, a little flavor to it, just a little, just to show that you've changed, you can also add the last sentence of the second paragraph, which says, we all can grow and change, and I've definitely used these past several months to reflect on my own shortcomings. That should have been it. It shouldn't have been anything else. That was it. That's all you need to say. You do not need to mention any of this other stuff. You should have said, I am sorry and I have changed. And by apologizing, and by taking accountability and apologizing, that shows you have changed. And while some people may still not forgive you, it's still, you wouldn't have been in all this mess. There are 48,721 comments on this post. All of the ones I've seen are negative, and she deletes these posts, and there's still negativity. I'm not saying that it isn't. When I'm saying negativity, I'm not saying it as a way like, oh, it shouldn't be there. I'm just saying it's all negative. And some of the people who have spoken about her are Samantha Ware, Amber Riley, Naya Rivera, Alex Newell, Giante Godlock, Heather Morris, Keith Powell, Kate Hudson, Melissa Benoist. I'm sorry if I said these names wrong, and I might and I might continue to change the pronunciation, but because I haven't heard their names pronounced in a while, and some of them I've never heard their names pronounced at all. So, Samantha Ware was the one who originally tried to expose her. Amber Riley, technically, Samantha Ware is the one to do it recently. She's the one who truly opened it up. And Naya Rivera did this 2 years ago with her book, Sorry Not Sorry, which is an autobiographical novel. And so, in that book, she pretty much says that Lea Michele and Naya Rivera were both... Are y'all seriously driving in front of... Why are they so loud? I'm sorry. People are driving in front of my house. Do they not know I'm recording a video? The disrespect. Naya Rivera and Lea Michele were both, actresses on Glee. Naya played Santana, and Lea Michele played Rachel. So Santana and Rachel had a love-hate relationship, and Naya said that was somewhat what Leah and Rachel had. Leah and Naya had. I'm sorry, Leah and Rachel. But that's what Naya and Leah had. And so she was like, Leah is kind of like very attention seeking, and that was pretty much that. And people were like, no, you're the attention seeker. You're just upset. You're not ugly anymore. Blah, 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 blah. And people just attacked her. That's what happened. Nobody believed her. Well, some people say they believed her now because everything came out. But nobody was really, like, sticking up for her. They're just like, go away. And, like, that's what happened with that. And, now people are like, Nia warned us because Samantha Ware came and, said about the pooping in the wig. And said that when she met Leah the first time, Leah was instantly cold towards her. And I forget who it was. I forget which one of the people it was who said this. These aren't the only people who have spoken about the Lea Michele thing or have done something about it. These are just some of them. Because I couldn't find like somewhere that named every single person who spoke about it. They would just speak about like the recent people who had spoken about it. So, Samantha Ware, I forget who it was. They said, I'm sorry. Leah. Once I went to sit at the table with all of the Glee cast members, and Leah told me, go away, you don't belong here. And this person was also black. And Kate Hudson had said, Kate Hudson played she played a dance teacher from NYADA. And Leah played Rachel, and she's like the student, and this is on Glee. And so once they were doing a scene that took particularly long to shoot, and Leah's like, let's hurry up because I have places to be. And allegedly, because I don't know if this is true or not, however, apparently she tried to fire an extra, and it turned out to be Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand's niece, and so she let it go. And she seemed to be constantly threatening to fire like everybody. And Amber Riley spoke about this. Alex Newell. She would call the extras on the show cockroaches. And it seems that she's left a lasting impression on these people because Samantha Ware said that being on Glee was Samantha Ware's first job. And so she said that she almost didn't want to pursue a career in Hollywood. And I think she's on a show now. It might be a Netflix show. And I forget what it's, she's in the Netflix series What/If, and so obviously she continued her career, but she said that almost made her not continue it, and it just seems that some people were like, oh, she seems to only be attacking women or minorities, or like women who are minorities. And so here's the thing, there's white men who were saying she was difficult to work with. It seemed she's just difficult no matter your gender, no matter your race. And the thing is, some people were like, she's just attacking women because she feels threatened because she's friends with Darren Criss and Jonathan Groff, who both seem like decent people. If they aren't, forgive me and sorry, but they're both very talented at the same time. But Jonathan Groff and Darren Criss, she's friends with both of them because Darren Criss she worked on in Glee and she went on tour with him, and Jonathan Groff, they originated their roles in Spring Awakening, and then worked together on Glee. And just hang out all the time. And so something about the Kate Hudson part of the story, people didn't want to believe her because then they didn't want to believe it because then when Cory Monteith died of drug overdose, she had let Lea stay in her house. And people were like, oh, well then those rumors can't be true if she's letting Lea stay with her. And honestly, maybe she felt bad for her. Maybe they had worked through what they had been through, like worked through whatever issues they had. But I think it's also very likely that she felt bad for her because her boyfriend slash fiance had just died over drugs, and that's that's got to be very hard for someone to go through. And so I can understand the sympathy, and I can understand empathizing with her. And here's the thing, I don't think Lea Michele is racist. I think she is a spoiled, horrible, bratty diva. And here's the thing, like I said, she seems to be targeting everybody. Not she just seems to be a jerk to everybody. But and she might be more of a class or a status slash classist. If she believes that you are below her, she is a jerk to you. And that seemed it's all about enabling. And she said she was she doesn't remember this. The only way you could not remember it is if that's your normal behavior all the time. But she was 28. I believe people, and the last season of Glee was shot maybe 6 years ago or 5 years ago. Excuse me. I believe people can change in 5 years, but a part of showing that you've changed is owning up to the things that you have done and apologizing to the people that you hurt sincerely and genuinely. And that's not what Lea did. She just went on notes and wrote a 3-paragraph essay without saying anything. But what else? She got the role of Rachel. Rachel is in the show a spoiled, annoying person. And that's what seems to be the thing with Lea. She... excuse me. She seems to be spoiled, and she's surrounded by people who enable her. And, it's kind of sad to see. Because, why? Why is this? Why? It's sad to see. And, Ryan Murphy constantly enables her. Constantly. She's been in almost everything that he's made. Almost everything, I think. And, enabling. She auditioned for Rachel, right? And while she's singing, because of course Glee is a musical show, she's singing, and she's the piano player messed up. She's singing On My Own, I believe. And the piano player messes up on the note, and she turns, and he's like, okay, we need to start this again. We need to go back to the second verse. And everybody started laughing, and she's like, I'm serious. And they kept laughing, and she kept doing, other things, and they kept laughing. They, enabling. And then she got a job. She got a job from being a spoiled brat. So, of course, she's going to think, oh, well, I'm not getting any consequences, so this must be okay. And even if she doesn't think it's okay, she probably doesn't care because she keeps getting rewarded for her behavior. And so then you see like a flock of her fans just kind of like attacking people because people who watch Glee, let's say you watched it from when you were 12 to what was there, 6 seasons, to you were 18. So that means that the Glee was in an important stage of your development as a person, and now it's 5 years later, so you are 23. These Twitter morons. I'm just calling them Twitter morons because that's where I mainly see these, like the stands. That's where I see them mostly. Sometimes they sneak around the Instagram comments and do stupidity. However, Twitter is their home. Twitter is their hive. It's where they like to unite. It's where they like to chit-chat. And they attack anyone who has to say anything bad about Glee is a cursed show. Corey Monteith, I'm so sorry. Corey Monteith overdosed on drugs. What else? Mark Salling is a pedophile. Blake Jenner and Melissa Benoit were married, and Melissa Benoit said that she had been in a physically abusive relationship, and allegedly it's Blake Jenner because the timing matches up, the stories match up, but it's allegedly because there's been no confirmation. And I still see people defending them. I saw a whole thread of people defending Mark Salling. Disgusting. Gross. So of course people are going to defend Lea Michele because she played a character that they liked on TV. People have a especially close bond with the original actors and characters: Lea Michele, Corey Monteith, Chris Colfer, Naya Rivera, Matthew Morrison, Darren Criss, Mark Salling, Amber Riley, Kevin McHale, Jane Lynch, Diana Agron, Heather Morris, Jenna Oshkowitz, Cord Overstreet, Harry Shum Jr. And that's people really defend these people with their last breath, and it's kind of sad to see. But yeah, I don't think she's racist. She's just a terrible, terrible person. And that's what I had to say about that. Oh, and when she talked about being pregnant, if you watched my video on Scooter Braun, you know how I feel about people bringing up their kids to deflect from any form of criticism. But it's disgusting. But anyways, comment, share, follow, comment, share, subscribe, push the notifications, and follow my Instagram. I'll have it on the screen. Check out my latest video. Check out my channel, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye.